Not only have we signed Jamie Gittins, we've now only bloody gone and got João Pedro from Newcastle. Oh my God. I say from Newcastle. We bloody stole him from Newcastle. We've signed him from Brighton in like 5 hours. The hell's going on? Forget the slow burn of the past transfer windows, because Chelsea are moving with lightning bloody speed in what can be only described as a massive show of force. Oh my God, this club has launched two-pronged attacks to completely revolutionise Enzo Maresca's forward line. Oh my God, a deal worth over 50 million for one of the Premier League's, most versatile forwards. Ah. And then, this is going to send ripples across Europe. A full agreement is in place to sign one of the most exciting young wingers in the world. We are talking about a potential combined spending spree of over 110 million. It's a clear statement to the rest of the Premier League and a huge vote of confidence from the board in Enzo Maresca's plan, clearly, or project, whatever you want to call it. This is how you back a manager. This is how you build a team that can actually compete. Today, we're going to look and break down at every single angle of this huge double swoop. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's get straight into it. How these deals happened. Because the speed has been absolutely wild. First up, João Pedro. This one came fast. After Newcastle had a bid knocked back, Chelsea just stepped in and got it done. They met Brighton's asking price, with reports saying it's a deal worth £50 million or euros. Who gives a shit? Pedro himself was apparently very keen on the move to Stamford Bridge, and it looks like he's already been given the green light to fly to the US to complete his medical, which I'm pretty sure is going to be in Brazil, and then he's meeting up with the Club World Cup after. Oh my God, and he just gets to join us for the Club World Cup. This is basically as close to a deal done as you can get without the official photo shoot. Then we have the one that has really gotten the fans talking, Jamie Gittins. This one has felt more like a classic transfer saga, but the most reliable journalists in the game have now confirmed a huge breakthrough. But the most reliable journalists in the game have now confirmed that after some back and forth, Chelsea and Dortmund have reportedly agreed a fee of around 55 million. Word is he's already done the main part of his medical and will sign a long-term contract that will keep him at the club until 2032. Dortmund didn't really want to sell him, but it seems the player's desire to come to Chelsea, plus a fee that gives them a massive profit, was too much for them to turn down. This is a huge statement, and for Chelsea to be on the verge of landing two of the most sought-after young attackers in the game in the same week, it shows there's a clear and aggressive strategy in place. Who is the man Chelsea are dropping over 50 million pounds on? João Pedro is way more than just a typical number 9. He's 23, he's hitting his stride, and his career so far has been all about constant improvement. Last season at Brighton, he was a standout, racking up 9 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League, but even those numbers don't paint the whole picture. What makes Pedro so special, and why he seems like such a perfect fit for Chelsea, is his incredible versatility. He can lead the line, drop deep into that number 10 role, or cut in from the left wing and cause chaos. This kind of tactical flexibility is a manager's dream, especially for, Enzo Maresca, whose whole system is built on players moving and rotating. Maresca needs forwards who are smart, can link up play, and press like their lives depend on it. Pedro ticks every single one of those boxes. He's brilliant at finding those little pockets of space, which is going to be open, which is going to just open things for, players like Cole Palmer and Enzo Fernandez. He's also a relentless presser, which is non-negotiable in Maresca's system. At times last season, Chelsea's attack just didn't have that focal point. A player who could hold the ball up, occupy defenders, and still have the quality to bring others into the game. Pedro will give us that. He's strong, he's skillful, and he has the killer instinct in front of goal. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, but it's a lot of money, David. It's a lot of money. But for a proven Premier League talent, with his best years still to come, it's clearly just a smart move. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that is a smart move. Now, for the wild card, Jamie Gittins is a pure unfiltered excitement on the wing. A product of the Reading and Man City academies, he made the bold move to Borussia Dortmund to fast-track his career, and boy, has it paid off. At just 20 years old, he's electric, he's direct, and completely fearless winger. His biggest weapon is fucking insane pace and the confidence to take on defenders one-on-one in a football world that's becoming more and more about systems. Gittins is a bit of a throwback, a player who can flip a game on its head with a single moment of magic. Last season, he made 25 appearances for Dortmund, grabbing a goal and 4 assists. He always wasn't, he wasn't always a starter, but his ability to come off the bench and change the game was massive for them. And he obviously fell out of favour with their new manager, but he brings something Chelsea have been crying out for: raw, unpredictable speed and a width on the left. While, yes, Noni has the same traits, Gittins brings that threat from the other side, which gives the attack so much more balance. And Neto has been way more consistent on the right wing, over Neto every day. I mean, he's got 3 goals in 3 games. This 55 million fee might look as steep for a player who's still polishing his final product, but this is a classic Vision 20, quote unquote, Vision 2030, signing for Chelsea. This club is betting on his sky high potential, believing that under Maresca, he can become a truly elite winger. That reported 7-year contract shows you just how much they believe in him. He's the type of player who will have the fans at Stamford Bridge on the edge of their seats whenever he gets the ball. This is where it gets really exciting. These aren't just 2 good signings on their own. They are a perfect match for each other. And for the players already at the club, this duo could completely transform the tactical options for Enzo Maresca. Picture a front three. On the left, you've got the explosive Jamie Gittins hugging the touchline, pinning back the opposition fullback and stretching the play. And on the right, the genius of Cole Palmer drifting inside to those number 10 spots where he was unstoppable last season. And running the show through the middle, the clever, fluid movement of João Pedro, or the likes of Delap, or Nicholas Jackson. Or you might even have Delap or Jackson up front and João Pedro in the number 10 role. Pedro isn't just going to stand around and wait for a cross. He'll drop deep, drag a centre-back with him, and open up a huge gap for Gittins or Palmer to run into. He can drift into channels which will allow midfielders to make those late dangerous runs into the box. This is exactly the kind of fluid, unpredictable attack that Maresca's system is built to create. Last season, Chelsea could be a bit methodical, a bit, predictable, and now they have threats all over the pitch. They can go wide and use Gittins' pace. They can play through the middle with Pedro and Neto, Palmer linking up. They have goal scorers, creators, and dribblers. This kind of depth and variety is absolutely essential for a team that is going to be fighting in 4 competitions, including the Club World Cup, which we're now into the quarterfinals. The competition for a starting spot is going to be intense, and that can only drive up the standards of everyone in that squad. And if you haven't checked out already, go in my channel and check out my last video where I ran through everything about last night's game against Benfica. I promise you, you won't miss it. This double sweep is probably the clearest sign yet of Chelsea's, future vision of this project in action. The strategy, reportedly, masterminded by academy head, Neil Bath, and backed by the owners. It's all about snapping up the world's best young talent to build the team that can dominate for the next decade. We are watching it happen right now. These signings, along with the other young players they brought in, show a clear plan. They're targeting a very specific type of player, young, technically brilliant, versatile, and with a massive potential for growth. The long-term contracts are a way to lock down these players for the best years and spread the cost of a huge transfer fees. This kind of aggressive spending, sends a hell of a message to anyone in the Premier League who aren't in the top 4. While other clubs, might be playing it safe, Chelsea are moving decisive to just give their new manager exactly what he needs to get the philosophy working from day one. They aren't waiting around to see how the season starts, and they're acting now to give themselves the best possible shot at challenging for trophies immediately. This is a massive, huge statement of ambition, and the patient rebuild seems to be coming to a close. It's time that we compete now. It's bold, it's aggressive, and honestly, it's incredibly exciting. But what do you, as the fans, think? Is João Pedro the proven Premier League goal scorer we've been desperate for? Is Gittins the explosive winger who's going to light up, Stamford Bridge? And is spending over 110 million, a stroke of genius or a massive gamble? Get in the comments right now and let me know your thoughts. I want to read every single one. So there you have it. A deal is fully agreed for João Pedro, and a 55 million agreement is locked in for Jamie Gittins. Chelsea are on the verge of their most exciting transfer window in a long time. Long time. Because remember, we had the bloody transfer bans and everything. These aren't just signings for the future. These are players who can make a difference now. Handpicked to take Enzo Maresca's system to a whole new level. The message from the top couldn't be clearer. Chelsea are all in on their manager, and, they are not here just to make up the numbers. They're building a squad that can fight for the biggest trophies, starting now. Guys, the future is bright and the future is bloody blue. Not just London is blue, the future is bloody blue. If you're excited as I am, about what's going on at Stamford Bridge, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives on this incredible transfer window. We'll be here every step of the journey. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.